Hi, I'm Becky Streepy from Glue and Glitter, and today we're making pumpkin spice oatmeal. Y'all, this oatmeal is rich and creamy. It's got warming pumpkin spice and sweet tart dried cranberries, and it has actual pumpkin in it too. It is secretly healthy, but it tastes totally decadent, and you are going to absolutely love it. My favorite thing about this oatmeal though is that it doesn't take that much more work than just making regular stovetop oatmeal. You just have to add a few more ingredients, but there's nothing to chop, just a few things to measure, and then you just cook it like regular oatmeal. Before we get to the recipe, I wanted to talk about what to do with the leftover canned pumpkin and the leftover coconut milk because this recipe doesn't use a full can of either. Don't worry. There are lots of fun ways to use these. The first thing you could do with either of these is just freeze them. Put your leftovers into freezer-safe containers, pop them in the freezer, and then when you're going to need them again, just bring them back out into the fridge and thaw them overnight, and you'll have canned pumpkin or canned coconut milk at the ready. You can also use either of these to add to soups or stews or even to chilies. Pumpkin will add a nice thick richness, and coconut milk will add a nice creaminess. I really love both of these in like a black bean soup, for example. It just adds like some texture and thickens things up. Makes it a little less brothy. Another thing that I like to do with leftover pumpkin or leftover canned coconut milk is store it in an ice cube tray in the freezer instead of freezing it all together. That way you can just pop out how much you need. One standard ice cube is 2 tablespoons, so that's great for if you need just a little bit of something for a recipe. A pumpkin or coconut ice cube is also a great addition to your morning smoothie, so that's a good way to use this up too. All right, let's get to the recipe. Start this just like you would any other batch of oatmeal. Bring 4 cups of water to a boil and then add 2 cups of rolled oats. It is important that you use rolled oats in this recipe. Quick oats are not going to work. They're going to end up too mushy because of the amount of time that these are cooking and the amount of water that we're using. Steel cut oats, on the other hand, are going to need a lot longer to cook and a lot more water, so make sure you're using rolled oats. If you're not sure, it should say rolled oats on the front of your package, but you can also look on the back and the cooking instructions will say to simmer for 5 minutes, and that's how you'll know. Next, add 1 cup of dried cranberries, a cup of light coconut milk. You can use full fat coconut milk if you prefer, but I do recommend that you use the kind from the can, not from a carton, because the point of the coconut milk is to give a little bit of rich creaminess and a little coconut flavor to these oats, and carton coconut milk just isn't going to do the trick. Then add half a cup of canned pumpkin puree. Make sure that you get canned pumpkin and not pumpkin pie filling because pumpkin pie filling has seasoning in it and you don't want that. You want to be able to season this yourself. Then add a teaspoon of pumpkin spice and simmer those oats, stirring occasionally until they are nice and thick and ready to serve. So as you say, stir occasionally, and I would say you want to stir occasionally at the beginning, but at the end of cooking time, like that last minute and a half or so, you probably want to stir these constantly because as they thicken, they're going to be more likely to stick to the bottom. So as you're stirring, use your spoon to like scrape along the bottom of the pan. That'll prevent sticking. It'll take about 5 minutes of simmering for your oats to cook completely, and then you're ready to serve. I like to top these with a little bit of extra dried cranberries and a sprinkle of pumpkin spice just because I think it looks so pretty, but you don't have to do that. You can also sweeten these to taste if you like. Some people find them sweet enough just from the cranberries that are in the mixture, but if you want a little bit of extra sweetener, you can add maple syrup, you could add brown sugar, you could add agave nectar, whatever your favorite sweetener is, go for it. I hope that this video has answered all of your questions about how to make pumpkin spice oatmeal. If you have any questions that I didn't address in the video, feel free to drop a comment below. I'm always happy to help. And don't forget to rate and subscribe. Happy cooking!